Bahala Na. I'm sorry, y'all. I actually had more than one person on here watching, and I think I counted 7 people, and of course, it goes dead on me. I didn't do that. It just went dead on its own. But anyway, apologies for I don't know what happens. It's happened numerous times where I'll be on this thing and then it'll just go dead. Hey Shaniqua, thank you for coming back, sweetie. Um, yeah, it's Shaniqua. Shaniqua is my niece, y'all. Her mom is my god sister. Her dad is my bro. Shaniqua and her brothers are my nephews and my niece, and I love them. We all lived in the BVs together, and we had good times together. And I think the, I think if you were to ask Shaniqua one thing that would stand out for her, would also be the one thing that would stand out for me. Is I went as a chaperone for the Bravo program, and we went to some hippie ranch where I think we took like 200-300 students from the school, and we had parent volunteers and teachers, and we had to go on some hike. Hey, Mabel, how you doing? And we had to go on a hike, and I remember me and Shaniqua walking up this long mountain hill. We were both, I was huffing and puffing, and she was taking it in stride. But I remember me and her talking about it. Every time when we talk, it's one of the things that we reminisce about. So, Shaniqua, I love you, niece. Anyway, get back to, I guess what I was trying to say was that, hey Jerry, how you doing? I gave a shout out to you over there in Samar. Hey y'all, this is my family from Samar in the Philippines. I was sitting up here talking about. Let me show you. Let me turn this around. What's wrong with my phone? There we go. I was putting that on there like that. Yeah. So I got a message from Teresa saying that the video had cut off. Right, so she's right. But anyway, so many things have happened over the past year. The whole thing with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. So much that's going on, and they have this thing called qualified immunity. And what qualified immunity is, police are immune to being charged for anything they do, even when they do something wrong, and even when it comes out that what they did was wrong, they are immune from being sued, they're immune from being arrested, they're immune from being charged, and all that kind of stuff. So one of the good things that just happened recently, and I posted it recently, was that back in 2019, 2 years ago, Elijah McClain, a young 23-year-old black man, was stopped by the police. He had come from the grocery store to buy milk, and he had a hoodie on his head because it's cold out there in Aurora, Colorado. Hey, Cruz, welcome back. And it's cold out there, and so the only way that I can really describe Elijah McClain is he's a 23-year-old that would take a violin and go to the SPCA and play the violin for homeless cats. So I mean, so he's special. I mean, he's just, yeah. And so when they stopped him, he didn't understand what was going on, And then, like, he had his earphones in, was listening to music as he's walking home. They told him to stop, and he kept on walking. And so then they grabbed him, threw him down on the ground, put a chokehold on him. And in the video, it's just on the police video. In the video, he said, "I'm sorry." He's telling the police he's sorry. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm different. I'm just different." And I guess that, yeah. So he's saying that, and the police put him in chokehold. There's 3 cops. Then first responders, the EMTs, they show up, and the cops tell him, "Oh, he's having some kind of psycho-emotional, whatever it is he's going through, and y'all need to give him some kind of shot to calm him down," which is what they did. They didn't check anything. They just went by the word of the police. They gave him a shot, and then he went into convulsions or whatever, and they took him to the hospital, and he died 2-3 days later. I say all that to say this is that right after that, the district attorney said, "Oh, there's no charges. There's nothing wrong. Hey, it's all good." But now they just arrested and charged the 3 cops and the 2 EMTs. So I guess what I'm saying is that's progress in some kind of way. It took 2 years, but they finally got around to it. We already know what happened to George Floyd, how his killer, got jail time, and the other 3 cops, one of who is an Asian and one of who is half black, that they're still waiting their turn to be tried. Okay? Then we all know about Ahmaud Arbery. Ahmaud Arbery was a black guy who was jogging in a predominantly white neighborhood. Okay? And it's where he jogs all the time. And so these white vigilantes, this is in Georgia, these white vigilantes go chasing after him. A father and a son go chasing after him. And then another white vigilante gets in the truck and videotapes them chasing him. Okay? So then, in the video, for those of you who don't remember seeing it or forgot of it, is they confront Ahmaud, and Ahmaud ain't no punk. He's like, "No, I'm not stopping." And so he fights with the son who has a shotgun, and he gets killed. Okay? The district attorney says there was nothing wrong with what happened. It was stand your ground. Georgia is one of those states where you're allowed to carry guns and open and stand your ground, like Florida. And I guess we first heard about all that with the Trayvon Martin case back in 2015 or something. Anyway, to show you how things are starting to turn, the district attorney in that case, first she said there was no charges to be filed. Then she ended up recusing herself, was where she just says no, and she turned it over to another district attorney, and the other district attorney turned it over to another district attorney. Long story short, the district attorney that refused to charge Ahmaud Arbery's killers, the father of the father-son vigilante duo, the father used to work for the DA's office. Okay? So there was definitely a conflict of interest. Long story short, so now they're going to charge the DA too. They're going to charge the DA. So, hey, Shaniqua, that's good. They're going to charge the DA. They're going to charge those 3 cops in Aurora, Colorado, and the EMT workers. So things may not be changing the way we want them to change or as fast as we want them to change, but at least we're seeing stuff now where in the past you would never see that. You would never see that. I look at YouTube a lot. I'm a YouTube looker, and people, used to be like if you took a video of a police station or a government building or something, they'd come out there and want to arrest you and all this other stuff. The Supreme Court says, First Amendment, you have the right to take videos and stuff like this. And I watched the video. Of course, the guy that did the video was a white dude, I honestly don't think that it would have went that well if it was a black guy, but that's just my personal opinion. And so he took a. It was in Tennessee. He took a picture of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and one of the TBI cops came out and run him down with his police car, with his private car with the blue lights. They called the police, and he kept saying, "Are you going to show me your ID?" And the blogger said, "No, I'm not." So, hey. Anyway, he ended up being set free when the sergeant showed up. And the sergeant showed up and just told him, "Hey, just go." And so he never did have to show his ID, which is definitely a change. Again, I believe that because it was a white dude, he got off a lot easier than if it had been a black man. I mean, you look at the whole thing with Sandra Bland, this young black woman on her way for a job interview. She gets stopped by the police for supposedly not putting her blinkers on, and then she commits suicide in a jail cell. Shaniqua, yes, I do want to look at that documentary about 911. There's also on Netflix, there's the one called The 13th Amendment. That's a really good one, too. So anyway, that's what that's about. And so I'm not going to keep y'all. And just want to let you know that I hope everybody stays safe, stay strong. And, yeah. So, here we go. Bahala Na, Mabuhay, Aman La Uwetu, Harambe, Ashe, Hokahe, Jayu, Que Viva la Raza, Shalom, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Mahalo, Wakanda forever, and all that other good stuff, And so let's see, power, peace. I think that's a heart. My niece been trying to show me how to make a heart. Is that a heart? I don't know. Anyway, and all that other good stuff, y'all. I'm gonna leave you with this little Filipino thing that I've been practicing. Some of my Lopez family members and taught this to me, and so it goes. Bukas na muli tayo, makikita paalam na sayo. Tomorrow we will meet again. Goodbye to you. I think it would be more easier if I said goodbye to you for now. I guess, but I don't know if that's like the literal translation. But hey, everybody, please stay safe and stay strong. Pray for me and mine. I'm praying for you and yours. And hey, I'm not going to do 2 for Tupac. My niece ain't here. I usually do a 2 for Tupac when I have my niece or my grandson here and I read it to him. But, all right. I'm out.